Townsville Suns.
Both teams, of course, outside the 6 at the moment, but very little separates the top 6 and the bottom 5 teams as well. First foul of the game, and it goes on number 20, Rod Johnson, for the Canberra Cannons. Rucker to the line to shoot 2. This is Thomas with the ball now, gives it to Rose. Inside to an unmarked Mike Mackay, but he can't find range early. The Suns pick up the scraps, and in transition now, this is Simon Curl. Looks to get it inside, but it will be a foot violation, and they'll get another 30 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, it's very important the Suns establish some type of inside presence early. Get those big guys out of the game. Ray O's with a baseline jumper.
Well, that is one way to get the big guys out of the game. They look for the alley-oop to Ray O's. Perfection personified by Simon Curl. It was right on the money for O's.
That's true. That's good execution from the Suns on the sidelines, out-of-bounds play.
And Mike Mackay gets another 2 back. So the backdoor play, the defense just going to sleep at that stage. This is Rucker. Curl now. Cameron looks to get it inside. He does to D'Ambrosius. He goes to work. It's clean, says the referee. On transition now. And Johnson gets 2. O's inside to D'Ambrosius. Dwight just flicks it out, and the Cannons have possession now. Not wasting any time, Robert Rose. The pass wasn't good. Now the Suns. He tiptoes the sideline, Derek Rucker. He gets it back now. And makes it.
Derek Rucker.
So both teams just feeling each other out at the moment. Mike Mackay playing strong defense on Simon Curl.
What a play. Great individual effort from Simon Curl. The Suns are now ahead of 15-12 on the Price Attack scoreboard.
And they're extending their defense now. Of course, looking for the turnover from the Cannons. They eventually get it over, though, not with much time to spare. Rose sends D'Ambrosius flying, no call.
Robert Rose, a quick first step, getting around D'Ambrosius for that shot.
O's spots up for 2. That is his range.
Ray O's.
1 point the difference. The Suns lead. Still 6 minutes remaining in this first term. O's. Shot clock at 13 seconds. Baseline drive is good from Curl.
Simon Curl drove baseline. Simon Dwight, who's on 2 fouls.
It's 1 on 3. Rucker wisely decides to settle it down. Big Krug, a screen by Grant Kruger. Curl finds the unmarked Grant Kruger. That's good offense from the Suns.
Well, there's Simon Curl driving hard baseline and passing the ball back to the elbow. Grant Kruger showing good perimeter skills, knocking down that jumper. It's getting physical between Grant Kruger and Ray Bonner underneath the basket.
Certainly is. Elbows are flying. The referees are playing it. Grant Kruger has been called for the foul. He held Ray Bonner, but there was plenty happening before that.
3 on 1.
They almost blow it, but they get it back. And Curl.
3-pointer, Simon Curl.
Well, it's not the ideal way to run a 3-on-1 play, but it still comes up with the goods.
They'll be holding the ball out for one last shot.
Only 10 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Kruger. There's no 30-second shot clock. It's just the time remaining on the game clock. Curl gets 2. No, he doesn't. So at quarter time, the Cannons will go to the first break, leading 28-26 on the Price Attack scoreboard. So Rucker now tries to get around Perlman again. He is a terrier. Curl, not a good option. And now it's 3-on-0 for the Cannons. Thomas gets 2 points. And the Suns aren't a happy camp.
Well, Tony D'Ambrosius is back into the game for the Suns. And Simon Curl, the wild thing comes through.
So the Suns get another 30 seconds on the shot clock to run their offensive play. O's. Too quick for Melvin Thomas.
Ray O's backing Melvin Thomas in and then fading away for a jump shot. Suns into a 2-3 matchup zone. Wise move from the coach, Mark Bragg.
But it breaks down on that occasion. Simon Dwight. But the Suns looking for a good option on this play. Curl. Fakes, brings it in close. A nice basket from Simon Curl.
Simon Curl very active on the offensive end, shooting that jump shot just inside the free throw line. So far, the matchup zone has been effective. The Cannons have only scored once out of 3 attempts.
They're certainly finding it difficult to get their range beyond three-point arc. Man penetrates and gets it to Thomas, and that's bread and butter stuff for Melvin Thomas from there. The intensity just lifts, doesn't it?
Well, you got to show some emotion. Let me know you care.
15 seconds on the shot clock. Davidson with the ball, gives it to skipper Derek Rucker. Time is winding down, it's at 7 seconds. O's. He's got the speed over Borna and the height advantage as well.
Ray O's just playing confidently. Well, what are we witnessing here is a low-scoring game. You can attribute this low score to the outstanding defense of both teams.
It really is an arm wrestle at the moment. Davidson for 3.
Brad Davidson, they hear his spark plug, gives the Suns that needed spark.
Long way to go in this basketball game. Curl. The Suns trailed by 1. Davidson. Well, he's hit one already. He had a good look at that one as well.
Well, the Suns have 3 lethal perimeter players in Rucker, Curl, and Davidson. And Ray O's.
Good pass from Davidson inside to Kruger. Play on, but there is a whistle.
The referee was there.
Oh, well, Kruger misses them both, and the score remains a 1-point lead to the Cannons.
45-46.
The Cannons just being very patient in offense. The defense is very tenacious from the Suns. Johnson launches a 3. Robert Rose had good inside position, but equally good hands from Derek Rucker. Rose shoots over the top of Curl, but
Rayos another rebound.
He's just so reliable inside that paint. Davidson settles it down and gives it to the skipper.
Well, Robert Rose is guarding Brad Davidson, but if he thinks he's going to help out and cheat, he should not have left him. Oh, Davidson, what did I tell you? You can't leave the spark plug alone.
And we're under 30 seconds in this basketball game in the second term. A block foul. The basket is good from Rod Johnson. They trail by 1. Kruger sets the screen. It's the isolation play for Rucker. Rod Johnson not giving him an inch either. Curl. Triple team. Gets the shot away. Davidson with some sort of... Oh, it went in. Thought about it and came straight out. So at half-time on the Price Attack scoreboard, stay with us. 49 plays 48. The Cannons lead. Well, an arm wrestle really starting to develop between these two sides. 1 point the difference, the Cannons with their noses in front, but fortunately Brad Davidson stepped up and those 2 3-pointers were just amazing.
Well, it's going to be a close game, but Brad Davidson is comfortable with his role now as the spark plug, coming off the bench, hitting those timely 3-pointers. But this outcome will be decided by a close margin because these are 2 great teams on the floor.
Well, let's have a look at the SOS high statistics now, and with the scoreline just being 1 point, obviously the statistics not much separating them too.
Well, that's true. The Suns are right now controlling the boards, 20-14, with Ray Owes having 10 rebounds just by himself. And in the field goal percentage department, the Suns are shooting 52% from the field as opposed to the Cannons, who are shooting 57%. In turnovers, however, the Suns have 13 and the Canberra Cannons have 11. If the Suns are to maintain their momentum, they must cut down the number of turnovers.
And the Cannons also shooting 100% from the charity stripe. Let's now have a look at Julie Rain as she shoots for the Mitsubishi Lancer on behalf of her fiancé, Mark Weaver.
Better luck next time, Julie.
Have you always wanted to shoot for the Mitsubishi Lancer at halftime at the Suns games? You could win a fabulous Suns pack, including cap, T-shirt, shorts, a family pass to the next Suns game, and of course the opportunity to shoot for the Mitsubishi Lancer. Here is this week's question. To enter, phone 1902 555 905 and register your answer. The winner will be notified this Thursday. There is no limit on how many times you can enter, so don't miss out on your chance to shoot for the Mitsubishi Lancer.
Of third quarter action about to explode between the McDonald Suns and the Canberra Cannons. The Cannons just in front at the moment, but plenty of basketball left, and I think it's going to be a seesawing affair for the next 2 quarters. This is Dwight. Not having much success, Simon Dwight, from the field tonight. But Ray Owes is having a mountain of a game. Again, SOS higher statistics show that Owes has 11 rebounds so far, and 7 of those have been defensive. Johnson, the fadeaway jumper is good, and the Cannons sneak back in front.
Rod Johnson, good penetration, scoring on that fadeaway jumper. There's the ball back inside again, and a foul called on Simon Dwight. That's his 5th foul.
Well, that's a much stronger play from Tony D'Ambrosis, and a big call as well. Cameron again, the job on Robert Rose. Johnson, 15 points for the game so far. Shot clock is down to 18 seconds. There's still plenty of time. Rose sneaks in. Borna picks up the scraps and puts it back in. So Rucker gets around Johnson this time. Flicks it out to Curl. Couldn't go any further, Derek Rucker. So he got it to Curl, and
well, once
he
again,
obliges.
Simon Curl taking charge, keeping the Suns in touch with that jump shot off the dribble.
It's a real arm wrestle, there's no doubt about that. Both sides playing some very tenacious defense. Now the Suns looking to get even closer. Rucker penetrating through 3 players. And the Suns keep it alive through Curl. This is for a monster of a 3, long-range bomb. We've got a foul. It's called on Tony D'Ambrosis, I think. Rose looks to go baseline. Nothing doing. Derek Rucker didn't even have to leave the floor. They box out that well. Now Rucker. What can he do? He's looking to deliver, but finds an unmarked Simon Curl. Shot clock is at 15 seconds. D'Ambrosis puts it on the floor.
D'Ambrosis, what a move! He drove baseline, crossover dribble, and took it strong to the rack. It's a tie ball game, 61-61 on the Price Attack scoreboard.
So 4 minutes left to play in this third quarter, and you can't get any closer. All tied up. And a turnover as Curl comes up with it. A great steal. Now the Suns look to take the lead for probably the first time in a long time in this game. The Cannons have always just managed to stay in front, or it's been tied up as Curl launches a long-range bomb, but Davidson has been pinned for the foul.
Well, now both teams in the penalty. All these fouls will add up the trips to the free throw line. Jamie Perlman now into the game for Rod Johnson. 3 minutes and 51 seconds left to play in the third period.
So Brendan Mann makes 1 of 2 to give his side a 1-point buffer. Davidson penetrates
and
between
a foul
two players.
On Brendan Mann, the spark plug. They was trying to trap him, but he's too quick. That's one way to beat any trap. Just dribble through it, but you got to be quick enough. Brad Davison 2 for 2. Suns in the lead, 63-62 on the Price Attack scoreboard. Okay, the Suns back into a 2-3 matchup zone. This was a good time to switch the defense.
Well, last time they went to this zone, it produced the desired results. And again, the Cannons looking to have a bit of trouble. Shot clock is at 4 seconds. Thomas shoots, had to get something away. They come over the top. That'll be a Suns possession.
Suns ball. Great defense from the Suns.
Now they want to capitalize on this. They lead by 1.
This is a big play. Time for the big players to step up big.
Rucker taking control. Curl goes baseline. Gets it back again, Simon Curl.
Thing!
The Suns in front. D'Ambrosis faces up.
The Suns should try to get that ball inside. D'Ambrosis! Come on, big fella, yes! If you don't succeed, try again.
1:21 to play in the third quarter. I've lost it. My co-commentator has gone crazy. The Suns in front. Thomas backs in. Nothing going.
Another rebound.
Playing like a man possessed is D'Ambrosis.
That was only for McDonald's, that rebound.
He's had a double quarter pounder or two. Now Rucker settles it down. Shot clock is at 15 seconds.
Suns need 1 shot. Cannons on 19 fouls.
Curl thought about it, brings it in closer, now flicks it out. Rucker for 3. Davidson
on the steal.
It's a charge foul.
What a play.
Well, that's a big call from the referee. A charge foul on D'Ambrosis. A big call.
And listen to the Furnace fans. They're not biased.
We got 4,700 of them. So the Suns will get another possession. There's a differential of about 5 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock. The shot clock is now at 11 seconds.
Suns in a man-to-man, a switching man-to-man.
Rose gets it back. Curl wearing him. Good hands from Simon Curl. Here we go.
Thing! Yes! Great defense. The Suns are now leading 71-65 at the end of the third period.
And we've got a basketball game for you. D'Ambrosis.
D'Ambrosis having a great game so far. This is it. The final countdown. Suns in that 2-3 matchup zone.
Well, it has caused problems for the Cannons. Every time they've gone to the zone, they've just haven't managed to find a basket, but Rose is known for stepping up when it counts, and it is the fourth quarter. Davidson, another outstanding performance from him. D'Ambrosis. Curl, this is for three. Never looked good as it left his hand, and the Cannons come up with it.
Well, the Suns will have to be very careful in their shot selection at this point of the game.
Perlman looking to penetrate out to Johnson. Dwight gets it back again.
Simon Dwight on 5 fouls. He's into the game, and Ray Bonner, so they have a lot of height inside.
Well, the Cannons now are really making that zone work. They're moving it around, waiting for the open man. Johnson for three, and he had plenty of time on that one.
Well, suddenly now it's a 1-point ball game, and that's what playoff basketball is all about. There'll be close games.
Kruger. The Suns desperate for a win just to stay in touch with the 6. Off the glass for Kruger, doesn't go. D'Ambrosis did well to flick it back to Davidson.
Shot from the wing. The little guy, right place at the right time. Suns back into the 2-3 zone.
And they lead by 3 on the Price Attack scoreboard. Perlman left alone, not a good idea. That zone defense just didn't get out in time, and Perlman lands it.
It doesn't matter what defense you're in. It could be a man or it could be a zone. You have to put pressure on the person with the ball. That time you can call that a mental lapse. However, it's a tie ball game.
Shot clock at 13 seconds. Davidson again penetrating to D'Ambrosis. He's been pinned for the travel. Ray O's looking to get into the game for the McDonald Suns. He's on 5 fouls. This is Perlman. Dwight. The Cannons retain possession with 16 seconds on the shot clock.
Okay, the Suns are out of their 2-3 zone. Now they're back into a man-to-man. Robert Rose trying to post up Simon Curl, but Simon Curl's playing great position defense at the moment. And a foul was called on Jamie Perlman.
No, it's on Simon Dwight. It's good night. It was offensive.
Yep.
There's 9 minutes to play. Ray Bonner checks back in.
Well, Simon Dwight had no effect in tonight's game.
And the Cannons certainly don't lose much by bringing in Ray Bonner. Davidson, this is for 3. Robert Rose, that's an awesome rebound. And on transition now, the Cannons. Oh, Rose!
Robert Rose with the follow-up tip jam. And suddenly now the Cannons are ahead 75-73.
It all comes down to execution. Every player is vital, even with 8.5 minutes remaining.
Suns will have to get that ball inside.
Curl for 2 only, says the referee. They're falling short. The shooting percentage hasn't been too good from beyond the arc for the Suns tonight.
Well, the shot selection. You need a higher percentage shot in a game like this with a 2-point ball game. You'll notice that the Cannons are working the ball around, trying to get it inside to Bonner.
Or even Johnson. Rucker got a piece of that.
Great hustle from D'Ambrosis to get that ball off of Rod Johnson and passing it back to Derek Rucker.
And he wants a timeout, the skipper. They trail by 2, the Suns. Good hands from Rod Johnson. Kruger gives it straight back to Curl. Perimeter passing from the Suns. The Cannons have really stepped up their defense now. Shot clock is at 1 second.
Okay, Simon Curl tried to get that ball inside to Kruger, so he had the right idea.
Well, this is it. They've got 1 second. The play has to be right on the money, right from the start. Curl launches it. He had to do it. There wasn't much time, and so the Cannons come up with it. Well, Canberra very patient in offense and very methodical now coming down the stretch. Borna. Kruger got a piece of that. It's still with Borna. It is out of bounds and will be a
Suns ball.
Suns possession as Borna goes into the Rusco
Where you
box.
see the Cannons only are leading by 2 points, and you see they tried to come down and get that ball inside, and they got it inside to Ray Borna. Unfortunately, he missed that shot, unfortunately for them.
7:20 to play in the final term. Nothing has separated these two sides all game.
Basketball's like a game of chess. You got to get those big pieces off the boards. The way you do that, get it inside.
Curl off the glass. It doesn't go. Robert Rose now coming into his own and pulling down some big rebounds. This is Johnson. Rose. O's playing on 5 fouls. The skipper looking to deliver. Gives it to O's. He likes that range. It just won't drop. So we're coming down from one end of the floor to the other.
The Suns haven't gone inside maybe one time in the last 4 possessions.
And the Cannons just seeming to be more methodical. But here's a steal.
Make him pay. Yes! It's a tie ball game.
Coach Bragg screaming at his players to extend the defense. Substitution as Brendan Mann comes into the game for the Cannons.
Okay, it's a tie ball game, and you'll see every play is a big play from here on in.
6 minutes to play. Fourth quarter action on tip-off.
2 great teams meet. The outcome is usually decided by a few points.
Rose penetrates. Borna, the big hands just come over the top and tap it in.
Well, that time you had Robert Rose on the drive. He tried to get it in. However, Ray Borna showing his experience with the follow-up. The Suns need to do the same now. Get that ball inside to Ray O's. They got it into Ray O's. Can he score?
They bring it back out. Shot clock is at 8 seconds. Time running out. They go back inside to O's. He goes to work.
Ray O's! Turnaround jump shot. It wasn't quite inside, but it's close enough. 77-77 on the Price Attack scoreboard.
5:13 remaining. Crowd finding a bit of voice. Can they get their team home? They need this win to stay in touch of a possible playoff berth. Borna. It looked like Kruger had all ball, but the foul has been called. Rod Johnson giving it to Derek Rucker at the moment. It's all about execution. Here's a steal from Ray Borna.
Ray Borna read that play.
So the Cannons have a chance to extend their lead.
He got his hand into the passing lane and intercepted that pass to Kruger.
Shot clock at 15 seconds. Thomas can't go, but Rose does well to flick it back to Melvin Thomas, and he eventually gets it back himself, Robert Rose. Good hands from Rucker.
Well, the Canberra Cannons are making the defense work. They're moving that ball around patiently.
And they're being very patient, aren't they, Henry? Just taking their time, realising that the game isn't won until the final seconds. Johnson gets a better look at the basket. Melvin Thomas comes over the top. That's the 6th foul on Ray O's.
Well, Melvin Thomas, a clever shot fake to draw that foul on Ray O's. But it's not the end of the world for the Suns because they got their biggest lead while Ray O's was on the bench.
So Melvin Thomas makes them both to give the Cannons a 4-point lead on the Price Attack scoreboard with just under 4 minutes to play in this basketball game. There's no Ray O's. Here's a turnover from the Suns again, and Robert Rose. No, he won't make them pay.
Yes, good defense. Now the Suns should capitalize on this. Jason Cameron, you beauty! 3-pointer! A 1-point ball game!
Well, Well, we
Just
say
when
it
you
every
thought it was safe to go out at night.
we say it every week, but Jason Cameron can shoot the lights out when he takes the shots, and right on the money, just when it was needed. 81 plays 80 on the Price Attack scoreboard. Anyone's basketball game. Rose, good defense again from Simon Curl. Almost the steal from Robert Rose.
Okay, the momentum is swinging in the Suns' favor. Here's a chance to capitalize, to go ahead. I can feel it.
Curl alleviates a bit of the pressure on Derek Rucker by taking the ball. A steal by the Cannons. Good hands from Ray Borner, and he won't miss. So Curl just picks his back pocket, Ray Borner, on that occasion, to give the Cannons another 3-point lead. 2.5 minutes to play. Backdoor play for Derek Rucker. Oh! I don't think Rucker could believe it. There was no one within QE.
It's playoff jitters.
How decisive will that play be? The Cannons now through Brendan Mann. A defensive stop is what the McDonald Suns are looking for. The Cannons being very methodical with the shot clock at 7 seconds. They're using every ounce of it. Thomas off the glass for 2, and the Cannons are out by 5. Rucker now, looking to get it back quickly to Curl. Cameron, here he goes again for 3. Well, we've got 1:40 left to play, and the Cannons are out by 5. Johnson just settles it down. The Suns need the ball. They know the urgency now. Good hands by Curl.
Well, the Suns will have to play some really tough defense to get the ball back.
A mother.
The Suns now extending their defense.
Brad
They need
Davidson
a
into
stop.
the game. Brad Davidson into the game. Maybe he will be the savior.
Rose, Curl has the job on him. Rose gets around him. Davidson, yes! He pulls in the board and has been fouled in the process. Well, Derek Rucker is one man who can handle pressure. Suns trail by 5. Cameron gives it to Curl. This is for 2. It's close enough. It will do. Now they need a defensive stop.
Well, Simon Carroll hitting that clutch jump shot. Suns are down by 3.
Davidson,
I wouldn't try to dribble against the spark plug. He's there.
The Cannons break it down. They're now in their offensive structure with 15 seconds on the shot clock. A stop here and the Suns can still win it. They don't want to foul and they can't afford the Cannons to score. Brendan Mann with a big 3-pointer. Oh, Brendan Mann has delivered for the Cannons. 88 plays 82, 36 seconds remaining. Rucker doesn't waste any time. He launches a 3. Just won't drop.
Yes.
D'Ambrosio gets it back. They need a 3-pointer, the Suns.
Hit this 3, Cameron. Hit this 3, spark plug. Come on, take it.
Someone's got to take it. Rucker does.
Rucker!
Oh!
3-pointer. That's
What?
a 3-point ball game.
Well, someone had to take it, and Rucker said, I'll do it, fellas, if no one else is going to. They now need a stop. Davidson fouls. Not much doubt about it.
Well, the coach of the Cannons, Brett Flanagan, begging for an unsportsmanlike on Brad Davidson, but he couldn't get it. Now, Brendan Mann hit a 3. Let's see if he can. Well, there's no free throws. There's no penalty.
They're not in the bonus situation. That's why Davidson stopped the clock. They now need a stop.
A smart move. 17 seconds left in the game. 5 seconds violation.
5-second violation.
It's the Suns' ball.
Well, this is...
It's the Suns' ball.
The Cannons called for a timeout, I think, is what the problem is. That's what the discussion is about.
It is a Suns' ball.
Referee Mike Reese says there is no timeout. It is a violation. Now, this could be it.
Set. The stage is set.
We could be going into overtime.
The stage is set. goes. This is one for McDonald's coming up.
It's all about execution here. The Suns need a three-pointer or a foul and a bonus. It's in the hands of the wrong person at the moment. Curl has it. He's been fouled.
He's fouled. He's fouled by Robin Rose. A desperate move. 4.6 seconds left to play.
The Suns have gone to their shooters, not surprisingly. There is no rebounding muscle out there. It is all three-point shooters.
I would give it to Brad Davison.
Rucker is into the game. He throws it in. Curl, execution. This is it. Yes, no. Curl could have been a hero. The execution wasn't there, and the Cannons have got away with a three-point win on the Price Attack scoreboard. The Cannons 88, the Townsville McDonald Suns at 85. You're watching Tip Off.
Television Premier.
Home 88-85 in a real defensive game. And Henry, when we have a look at the SOS higher statistics, the Suns managed to cut the turnovers down, but they wouldn't be happy with their three-point shooting percentage, 6 of 20 from the field.
Well, that's true. The three-point percentage wasn't there tonight, but the Suns had trouble getting the ball inside with Ray O's in foul trouble and actually leaving the game in the fourth quarter. They were 6 for 20 for 30%, as opposed to the Canberra Cannons, who were 6 from 14 from the three-point territory at 42%. The Suns were out-rebounded 40-35. The team that controls the boards controls the game. And also, the Suns had 20 turnovers. However, the Canberra Cannons had 23 turnovers. So the game was not much in the game as far as statistics are concerned, but it came down to some big plays. The Suns turned the ball over at some crucial times, and Brendan Mann hit a clutch three-pointer for the Canberra Cannons, and that was the game.
Exactly. And top scorers, we have a look at those now. Rod Johnson had a big game, 22 points. Melvin Thomas finished with 19, and Robert Rose was contained very well by Jason Cameron. He only managed 14 for the entire game. Simon Curl, 25 points, leading scorer for the Suns, and Derek Rucker finished with 17. Home game hero?
Well, my vote for home game hero definitely was Tony D'Ambrosio. He had 10 points and 8 rebounds, and a lot of his effort doesn't show up in the statistics category because he just tries so hard. Unfortunately, the Suns went down by 3. And for the second vote, it goes again to Brad Davison. He's an unsung hero, a great role player. Came off the bench at a crucial time and hit 2 3-pointers to put the Suns in the lead. And lastly, Simon Curl, another great effort, 25 points and 5 assists.
Well, a real test of character next week for the Townsville McDonald Suns. In fact, this afternoon they take on the Melbourne Tigers, but you can see all that action on tip-off next week on the 7 Network. On behalf of Henry and the entire crew, we look forward to seeing you then.